Right, now put your hand behind onto this. The operation should be smooth. It's a bit of a pig to be testing it, because you need about 10 hands. Make sure you're not dislodging anything. There we go. Up. It's quite difficult to check for the smooth operation, but because obviously all the selectors are loose, but I don't know whether you can see it, but it is actually moving. Right, inside the casing I've got a 5Y10. The strainer says 1 VJ on it when you actually take it off. Basically, once you've cleaned everything up, try and get it as level as you can. To put the casing back on. Because you need to be adding oil to certain parts. Before you put it back, make sure these are in line. You've 3 tabs on here, 2 tabs on there. Just make sure that they're meshed together before you put everything back in. Like I say, your balancer shaft, it doesn't matter at this moment. You'll find that your push rod has actually dropped down. It's not a problem, just leave it as it is. If we look at the other casing, removal of the clutch arm is done by taking this bolt out. That's the only thing that's holding it in. That's about it. We'll rebuild it. You shouldn't have a gasket on these 2 parts of the engine. Use an instant gasket. I've been using blue Yamaha. It's semi-setting. It's just smear it on all the way round, making sure that you've got an oil way here with a seal round it. And there's a section there that needs sealing. Just a basic small smear on it, put the casings back together, but before you do it, clean it off. Clean off any residue. You'll probably need a solvent cleaner. I've been using UPVC solvent cleaner. It does the job, it's not very harsh. Just basically spray it onto a rag and just give it a wipe. It'll take any residues off. Leave it nice and clean. Don't be tempted to spray it direct onto the surface, because you don't know where it's going to work its way through to. The casing should, the mating surfaces should polish up nicely. Simple task, it's just a pain in the arse that you've got to do it. The last thing you want to do is rebuild everything and then find out you've got an oil leak. I've used the blue Yamaha for years on many different bikes. Never had a problem. As an alternative, I've used Hematite Red. That's again semi-hardening gasket compound. I tend to use that on base gaskets. It will seal. It will seal. I've used the same base gasket and just coated it in Hematite Red. It does give a good seal. For cylinder heads, I'll generally use the red. It's a bit of a thicker compound. Your blue Yamaha is rubber based or silicone based. This isn't. It's a lot better for the hot stuff. Right, I'll continue and clean off the other gasket and come back when we're ready to pop it all back together.